I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough of the repo, talk about some design goals of the SOC model, and talk about some of the channel goals for the YouTube channel and what I'm looking to get out of it. I'd love to hear some feedback. Please comment, or you could send me pull requests on the GitHub repo. However, seems the best way to reach me. I'll put some other contact info in the description below, along with the link to the GitHub repo. So this is the GitHub repo. I have it set up fairly sparsely so far, and I have one example module that we'll go through, and then I have an external dependency that I need to figure out how to canonize. I'm planning on using Conan and CMake for this venture, and along with System C and C++. So we'll take a look at how that's laid out. So if we go into our example module, this should build its own package. It has an include, which just has a .h file. Right now, this example does pretty much nothing, which is okay. I'm using the example to build off of for the other modules. We can take a look here in the source. I have my CMake list. I have my .cpp file, and you can see I've implemented some member functions and a constructor, and that's pretty much it. And the CMake list creates a library, includes our header files, and then links with System C, and just sets the version based on the Conan version. We can look here in the test. These are linked files to that external dependency. These are for resetting the System C simulation after every unit test. I have my CMake list. If we add more tests, we will add them to this set. And then for each in the set, we're creating an executable, and we're linking with our example module along with G-test, which is Google test. And we can look quickly at our unit testing because of the way the System C, the external dependency resets the testing. We have our build test bench top instead of a setup function. This actually gets called during setup. So we're extending System C fixture instead of extending testing test. And I'll talk more about that during the live streams. We can see we have our example module test. We can instantiate it. Here is the instantiation. It's a member variable of our example module test. And so yeah, we can instantiate it. If we advance the simulation time, right now it's set to 2 nanoseconds. It will print out an event. This doesn't actually check to make sure the event gets called. It just runs, and we can validate it in the console. And we'll make this code better for more interesting modules. And then I have just a test for a member function that is not the event. And I have cling format and cling tidy just to keep the code consistent. I could probably get rid of this git ignore. I had initially made this its own GitHub repo. So I'm going to leave it for now. I don't know if it actually gets consumed by Git when I'm running. Here's the base level CMake, and we can see we need at least version 3.22, and I need to get rid of this commented code. And we're using gtest, system C, and we're making all warnings errors. And we're adding our subdirectories source and test, and then creating our target and installing our target. So that's the CMake list. We can take a look at the Conan file fairly quickly. I am not a CMake or Conan expert. I just happen to know enough to get by. So hopefully a viewer might know better than I would and can make suggestions about how to make this better. So we're including our include source test CMake list. We require our gtest and system C packages. I could update this to 234, but I'm not sure if that's available on the Conan Artifactory. And I will need to add a little bit more here, change this from build to example module and things like that. And we'll do that on the live stream. I have the README here. Like I said, it's a kind of a skeleton for future modules. The make file doesn't do anything except for we can run make format and make format check. And this will just go through all the files and make sure that they are formatted correctly. And so that's the rundown of the GitHub repo. I will be adding more modules as we go by. I think on the live stream, I'm going to start with an AXI module, kind of an injector and a loopback. So that'll be 2 modules that will be in their own folder together. And so that will be the first set that we'll do using TLM and System C. I chose to use the MIT license. I'm not sure if this is the best license. I would like to hear some feedback, but I want to make sure that this can be used by companies internally without distributing their, IP secrets. And why don't we change the README a little bit while we go through some of the design goals. So here's a link to the YouTube channel inside the GitHub repo. And then, so one of the big design goals of this module for me is simplicity. I want this to be easy to understand, easy to extend, easy to use, in contrast to other simulators like Gem 5, which are fairly intimidating. And I want to make this kind of the least intimidating simulator that I can. I want to make it very modular. And I want to make all those modules consistent. All the folder layout and the code should look fairly similar to make navigation through each of the disparate modules easier. And I want to use this as a teaching tool. I want to teach people computer architecture. I want to teach people performance simulation and performance architecture, and how SoCs and CPUs are designed. I am a computer enthusiast. I really think computers are pretty cool, and I want to share that with the world. Some of the channel goals, just the YouTube channel itself. I want to teach C++, System C, TLM. That's TLM is transaction level modeling. We'll talk more about that in the live streams. I would like to highlight current research in computer architecture, and maybe interview PhD candidates or college professors, people that are in a spot where they can talk about their current research. and I'd like to use this channel to kind of motivate me to make the model. I might not put that as a bullet point, but having the channel is making it more likely that I will write this model. And I also want to learn from the community. Um, I I would love it if people could tell me when I screw up, if I could do something better. Please create pull requests, and hopefully you'd be able to and be willing to talk about those pull requests on the channel. Maybe we could do a live stream and interview people about why they made the decisions that they made on their pull requests, and you can do an online code review that way. And I'm going to commit this on the main branch. Normally I would commit this on a pull request, but I think it's okay to put it on the main branch. Let's take a look at the preview and make sure that, nope, it does not look correct. So I need to that looks a lot better. So let's commit these changes. Update README with goals. And we'll go ahead and commit. And let's take a look at the code and make sure that shows up there. Looks great. And I am planning on doing a live stream if you're listening to this before April 11th. Is that April 11th or Monday, April 10th? It'll be Monday, April 10th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I will be live streaming creating an AXI module or AXI. And hopefully I'll see you there. I'm going to try to stream on Mondays and Fridays, and we'll see if I can keep up with that schedule. So we'll give that a try. Thanks for tuning in.